Hello guys, Big Head Django here, bringing you a guide for this week's trial called Blooming Lovely. I'm gonna show you how to win the trial, and I'm also gonna share tunes that make your job easier. All my tunes come with a stock look and have been tuned for max performance and handling. You can check out the weekly tunes video if you want a guide for the PR stunts. Also, still giving away credits, so join the Discord server for that. You can find the links in the description. Let's get started with the first race. My buddy Bruce Wayne was out of town this weekend, so he let me borrow his car. Now I am the Batman. So the first race is pretty much decided at the first corner. If you start out in the lead and are fast enough, then either the AI is gonna crash or you will have a chance to do this. I managed to completely take out the AI, and that's it. We won the race. At this point, all I need to do is slow down the AI a little bit so some of my teammates can pass it. But that's it. That first corner pretty much decided the whole race, and we are gonna win. So my teammates passed me and they immediately break into a drift. It's nice to see players preparing for the upcoming Drift Club story with Series 6. Now I am gonna skip the rest of this race because, like I said, we won at that first corner, and I want to show you how to do this correctly. So let's take a look at what a proper race on this track looks like. So again, the first corner decides the entirety of this race. Try and find your way through the other cars in the first section, and then for the first corner you want to be on the inside. If some teammates do ram you, you'll at least not come to a complete stop. And this time we get a somewhat normal outcome. So most of the AI is in the lead. I got one player ahead of me. So let's start chasing the AI. We want to secure third place in order to win. My teammate ahead of me, JSL, they're doing a pretty good job of catching up to the AI. They are pretty fast. Just got to keep pushing until we get that third place. This race also brings to light a lot of problems with the AI. On this track, whether you're playing solo or online, the AI is just extremely fast. They don't follow the physics in the corners. We all know that by now. And it's just really frustrating. It's been 4 months since the game has come out and the devs haven't even acknowledged that this is an issue. So coming back to the start finish line, and who manages to take third place, and I managed to take fourth right after. At this point, we are not gonna be able to catch the lead AI. I've done this race at least 15 times, and in all that time I've seen one player in over 15 races win. Now I'll start slowing down the AI and hope that my teammates catch up and are able to pass me by. And eventually they do. You know, that's a teammate ramming me in the back, letting me know that they're there. And I like to point out I'm driving a car that is designed to take corners at maximum speed, and yet an AI just blasts past me, and now I'm not gonna be able to catch that guy. Pushing hard, more AI overtaking me, but that's okay. We're gonna find a way through that. So in this race there are only 2 points where you have any chance of overtaking the AI. The first is this corner right before the finish line. The other one is at the first corner, like I showed earlier. Those are the only 2 points in this entire race where you will have even the slightest chance of overtaking the AI. And if you cannot get a pass on those 2 corners, then you cannot catch the AI for the entirety of the race. And the reason for that is simple. The AI does not follow the physics at all on slow and mid-speed corners, but on any corner following a fast section, they just completely forget how to drive. The difference in AI behavior is so huge, it's jarring. It's not fun. The AI behaves like bots. That is what they are. They're bots. There's no sense of real challenge. Winning on Unbeatable is about luck. It's no longer about skill. Doesn't matter what your skill is. In order to win on Unbeatable, the AI needs to mess up, and that's it. Luck. That's what it takes. And like I said before, final corner coming up. I'm gonna pass the AI here. And there you go. There you see it in action. So that's how you do the first race. 2 corners to slow down the AI. Take 3rd place. Slow down so your teammates can catch up. Well, let's take a look at the second race. The second race has the same problems as the first one. However, the start of the race is where the AI struggles a lot. And if you can get a lead in about 40% of the race, then yes, you can win. But that is it. After 40%, you're not going to be able to catch the AI at all. It's just gonna fly past you. So now, here I am, minding my own business, just enjoying a good drive, and suddenly I am violently rammed by an extremely aggressive player. There goes my number plate. In all my time playing Forza, I have never seen a more horrible instance of ramming than that. And of course, it turns out to be my friend, Sopa. Now, you'll notice at this point I kind of let go of the throttle, and a little bit later I brake. This is because they are faster than me, and neither of us is going to be able to catch the AI at this point. So there's absolutely no benefit to be had in ruining another teammate's driving line, especially when they are faster than me. So I let them pass. Now most of this race is pretty simple, only a handful of corners that require you to brake well. This particular section is kind of tricky. You'll approach it at very high speeds, and you do have to brake correctly here, otherwise you're gonna either lose too much speed or go slamming into the barrier. Doesn't help. For these next 3 turns, you just gotta slow down a little bit. Don't need to really brake, but feathering the throttle helps out a lot in maintaining traction. Here you have to brake, otherwise you are gonna go off-road at the end, coming out of the corner. And that's it. Simple, straightforward race. So moving on to the last and final race. Find your way through the other cars. Brake before this huge U-turn. This one is important. You don't want to be going too fast, otherwise you are going to go off the bridge. Demukov having a huge moment there. Straight through the first section. Make sure to brake hard at this corner. I obviously brake late, pushed Crypopia into the wall, but thankfully they have a pretty fast car and they are gonna make up for that. So we're trying to chase after the AI. The team is winning, but we gotta make sure we do. Last race of the trial, so important not to lose this one. And Crypopia doing a fantastic job of holding up the AI. You can go straight through this last couple of checkpoints. Make sure to brake hard at this point. You don't want to go in too fast into this corner, otherwise you are going to go wide like Crypopia here does. I managed to take the lead, and of course now that I have the lead, I do not plan on giving it up, so ignore this particular turn. Just slam into the barrier, carry through with all that momentum. And only a chicane and one final corner left. This is a particularly short race. got an easy win here. But I wanna show you another version of the same run, so you get an idea of how things can look like. So Spooky coming in way too fast into that corner, bouncing off my car, going off for almost taking out Humorship off the bridge. Dead Terror loses control here on the corner. They actually do a very good job of slowing down the AI. I ram into the barrier with them, but they did manage to tap the third place and the trio, so that gives us an opportunity to maybe able to catch that third place in order to win. Here I take third place and I know that this is it. This is the final moment. So I'm trying to push, hoping that I can at least get to second place. That's our only chance to win. But I come in way too fast. I was hoping to ram that second place here, but I completely messed this up. I let Humor Sopa pass me. And as a last ditch effort, I still decide to slow down the AI. Because why not? We're already losing. What's the worst that can happen? We're gonna lose some more. I start slowing down last chicane. And suddenly, two teammates blast past me. And we have the lead. Final corner, we have the lead. So, goes to show, and this is the point I always make, trials are not about winning the race. They're about winning as a team. It's not just about being fast or good or skilled. If you approach trials tactically, then you will never ever lose a single race, ever. So, there you go. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. This is Big Django, and I will see you next week. Hopefully, winning next week's trial.